Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Stinger, and today I'm going to be showing each and every one of you how to make some super weird and unique sounding alien beats like this one. Alright, so the first thing that I laid down for this beat is this pad from Analog Lab. And just recently I got an 81 key keyboard, and it's actually just inspiration in a bottle. I don't know what it is about playing your melodies live, but it makes me like my melodies a whole lot more, and it makes making melodies a lot more fun. So to start off, I just played this super basic melody. And for this melody, I'm just using that super common chord trick that trap producers use a bunch. And that is starting with this basic minor chord and then changing to the same chord but moving the fifth up by one semitone. A lot of like industry trap producers will use this a bunch because it's super simple and it gives off a really dark vibe. And then instead of just keeping the bass line at C, I alternate the bass line a little bit towards the end to provide some variation. Next thing I laid down is the Celestial organ from Analog Lab, and it's just playing this plucky counter melody. For this, I just grabbed C being the root note and built a little melody off of it, but over here, the root note of the original melody changes, so I changed the counter melody to match those root notes. And then for that kind of shimmery effect, I just threw on Crystallizer on the default preset. Next thing that I threw down that is absolutely essential is this kind of acid sounding arp. And I just have this playing the root notes of the original melody. Without this arp, this melody would have been super standard, but throwing in something super weird and gritty like this really makes your melody stand apart from others in like a loop pack or something like that. Next, I just laid down this pattern playing the root note but in octaves. So with everything all together, this is what the melody is sounding like. So now that we've got a great basis for our beat, let's just go into the drums. The first thing that I laid down are the 808s, and all the 808s in this beat are from my newly released REDACTED 808 kit. And this kit includes 100 custom 808s that I made in Serum, as well as the Serum presets for all of those 808s. So if you're thinking to yourself, 808 052 kind of sounds like it's going on for a little bit too long, you could just open up the preset, take down the decay, and boom, you're chilling. So with that being said, here's the first 808 that I laid down. After that, I laid down this super unique, like, formant vowel 808. And after that, I just threw down this high octave 808 with a downslide, and it just freaking rips through the mix. Next, I threw down this kick to go along with the first 808 because I felt like it needed a little bit more punchiness and transient. And after that, I threw down this super short snare hailing from Cody and Chemic's Essential Kit. Using unique sounds like all of these is a great way to set yourself apart from other producers. Like those 808s are completely custom, so you're not going to be hearing them in every single beat. It's not like the Spins or the Zay 808. And that's no slander towards the Spins or the Zay 808. I still use them very often, more often than I like to admit. After that, I threw down this counter snare with like this triplet breakdown at the end. Next, I threw down this hi-hat using a MIDI from my Genesis MIDI kit. I know I've been doing a ton of self-promotion in this tutorial, so I'm not even going to talk about it. I'll just play the hi-hats. And for those reverse filtered effects you heard on the hats, I just used Effectrix. And obviously you cannot forget the open hat on the downbeats. I'll never forget learning this from Pyrex Whippa. This changed my beats. Throwing your open hat on the downbeat instead of throwing it somewhere like right here makes such a difference. Like having that high end from the open hat and the low end from the 808 clash just sounds so good. And lastly, I just threw down this little snap. So with everything all together, this is what those drums are sounding like. So that's going to pretty much cover how to make a really weird and unique beat using some pretty cool sounds. Hopefully you learned something new today. I just realized, don't mind the blanket. Everybody has that one ugly blanket that's just super comfortable. If you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the comments down below and I will do my best to answer them. Also consider subscribing as I post 2 tutorials every week, one long one and one short one. Other than that, that's going to be it. Peace.